Anybody get annoyed with friends when they overstay at your home?
Like if your friend is staying at your place, and they are there for longer than you expected, do you start getting irritated with them? I find myself to be counting down the hours and seconds they will leave. And I probably won't need to see them in a long time after they overstayed. My friend RN. I'm letting her stay at my place for a while until she moves to her place, but I'm really getting exhausted with her being here to the point that I'm writing this on to get it off my chest. I don't know if this is an introvert thing or if I'm just mean. I love my friends, but I love my alone time too. Yes. A big yes. I never enjoyed having friends at my home. I personally hate it when they come and touch the things at my room. It's like, stop Aaron, just get out of my room.
My home is my space, and I very much prefer not to have people in my space. I will gladly foot the travel bill and time to drive 4 hours to go see someone if it means they don't have to violate my space.
Oh yeah. I used to be the only person who hosted my friend group. One time they stayed overnight. In the morning I was still feeling the vibe and I offered they stay another night. By the next day I was amazed my social battery was still going, so they stayed another night. By bedtime that day I was beginning to wane, so I told them, BTW guys, I have some important stuff to do tomorrow, so I need y'all out of here by noon. So, it's around noon the next day and I have to poop. No problem, I think to myself, I made it super clear they needed to leave around now. So then, 4 p.m. rolls by, and I am sweating. I've dropped a few comments since tap morning suggesting they leave. Nobody is picking up the vibe. I reach my breaking point. I can't remember what I said, but I basically acted super out of character and was like, hey guys, get out. The poop was glorious and I never hosted another sleepover for those guys.
My friend RN. I'm letting her stay at my place for a while until she moves to her place. How is she overstaying? What was the agreement? I'm good with whatever plan was agreed to. But I would never agree for a friend to stay at my place for a while, as you've said. A while, could be anything. Yes, extremely so. It's especially annoying when nothing is being said. Like, we talked about stuff, we caught up, it's been 3 hours. Why are you sitting there looking at your phone? Get out. Of course, I don't say anything or kick them out because that would be rude. But I do get irritated and antsy. Sometimes I try to give little hints like, okay, I'm tired. I need to take a nap or I have to make food now, and they're just like, oh, go ahead. It doesn't bother me. Or what are you making? I'm hungry. Rip.
Wait up a minute, you have people come over?
Have you ever thought about communicating to the said party about this? I just don't understand why you would be miserable without saying something. Do you feel like you owe them something? If they are a good friend, they would appreciate any help. I mean, you're fucked now unless you want to be super confrontational. I really don't know a passive-aggressive way of kicking someone out. LMAO. I'm just saying if your friend can't respect your boundaries, I'd say they aren't one of your better friends. Lol.
Totally understand your point. But even more often, I have a similar problem, but it's the opposite. I feel often forced to stay longer at family get-togethers or parties with friends than I would be comfortable with due to my girlfriend artificially elongating our stay. She is more on the extroverted side of the spectrum. Even if she doesn't find any more topics to talk about with the people around, she finds a way by starting with the party cleanup, even though the hosts clearly just want to go to sleep and clean up next day, or starting to randomly read books or newspapers our hosts have lying around, just to make sure we are always the last couple to leave. Feels to me she is afraid of missing out on anything happening on these events, but it also really just grinds my gears, drains my batteries.
I guess it all started in my childhood. I had no privacy and had no place to be alone, not even to cry in fucking peace. I had to share a room with a sibling. Then my parents never really allowed us to bring anyone home either. And now I simply don't bring anyone. Ever. Like, it's been years. I forgot what it feels like. And the last time it happened, I brought an extroverted friend while I was going through bad shit. I love her, but she never shuts up, and by the end of it I needed about a whole damn week to recharge.
Oh yes. I have one friend. I love him at all. But when he visits, he always finds a way to stay longer and longer, not catching any signals that he may overstay his welcome. I am absolutely exhausted when he visits me over a weekend. Fun, but exhausting. Yes. It's not even with just friends but family too. My family has been coming over lately and I'm fine for about an hour or two, but after that we've covered worthwhile topics and I despise just sitting around making small talk. And I really have no desire to sit and watch TV with others. But yeah, I've had 3 visits lately where people overstayed and now I have no desire for any visitors. Being introverted on the deeper end, I've understood most people simply will never understand or respect your social boundaries. You can tell them face to face many times over or type it out to them exactly how you are and they just don't get it. Frustrating and draining.
Yes, I'd like to expand this by saying I struggle with friends overextending themselves into my personal mental space. I know our conversations are great. I know we love spending time together. Please do not call me every day or break through my do not disturb boundary and expect me to sustain that same level of energy for you every single time you call. PLS. I beseech you.
If it's just an afternoon visit, do the tried and true Midwest invite to leave. Slap your knee and say, "Welp," loudly while getting up from your seated position. Friends should take the cue.
I get like this even in romantic relationships, which has been an adventure. Like I love you, but I need to be completely alone for several hours. It wouldn't matter if you were a deity. I need alone time.
I have zero issue saying I love you, but it's time to go. None of my friends take issue hearing it. They simply roll out.
For a moment there I didn't realize I was browsing the introvert section and I was thinking, wow. This happens to normal people too?
Yes, luckily. My friends have known all 10 years know I'm an introvert and respect my wanting to be alone. Though, they do tease me occasionally and say they're going to come overstay over to get a rise out of me. Granted, I mess with them too. Yup, that's why I hardly ever invite people over.
I get it. My bandwidth is 34 hours. Don't really care who it is except for my aging parents, but for most people, I prefer the encounter has concluded within that timeframe. Lol.
Totally, man. I just started telling them straight on to go home and that I want to chill alone now. They seem to appreciate the honesty at least.
I don't have much friends, but this happens with relatives or cousins that forget to leave. Like I know it's the weekend but I need some alone time as well to get ready for the next week.
I guess that's the reason why I don't ever bring M home, IDK.
No, actually I wish to have friends to invite over my house.
Just pull a Bruce Wayne in TDK and act rude and then burn the house down.
Yes, this is like if you were coming for 2 days, the please leave now. It's been enough for me.
I never let anyone sleep over, lol, it's just impossible for me.
Annoyed is an understatement. If you have money to travel, then lodging should be factored into the budget along with transportation food. Folks need to understand friends' family do not want foreign hair clogging their shower drains nor dead skin gas from overindulging at the charcuterie board lacing their bedsheets. I've had family members overextend their stay only to end up getting into arguments over how much I drive my car, but yet they also wanted me to haul their ass around town while visiting. I've had Snoopy friends touch and take pictures of objects in my home only to discover these same items had become new purchases in their own home, which they took such pride to show off their original discoveries. We should remember that our friends' families' homes are not hotels but personal space, and these people are not personal maids, chefs, tour guides. Aida, or is it the other way around to assume it's okay to be cheap and take advantage of others?
No one who has stayed with me has ever gone over on it without kicking in rent. I have a spare bedroom and a couch the size of a twin bed so it doesn't encroach on my space.
I don't have friends in the first place.
Yes, even if it is my sister and Bill, and I love to have them as guests. I just get very tired after a few hours and start to get annoyed.
My friends are very vocal whenever I'm at their house, so I return the favor. My ENFP friend will be like, "Alright, y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. I got an early morning. Make your way to the door, thanks for coming over." I don't like them sleeping or laying in my bed.
Even when you intentional make things awkward, MFS don't take the hint. I've found the solution to this though. Just have no friends.
I hate this. You take the critical step of informing everyone and they force you to be confrontational. SMH. I'm happy you were able to fill out your papers without company.
And having a friend be a temporary roommate is not like having a friend over to hang out. You should still be able expecting to both have non-interaction time.
Many people still won't understand your social boundaries even if you tell them. You basically have to be borderline rude to many people to get them to understand certain things about your temperament.
For real, my friends respect that I need my space. If you're fearing people won't, really it's as easy as, I can chill till X, then I need to. You don't even have to lie. Just say zone out, relax, catch up on sleep. Whatever. But that requires talking S.
My husband does the same thing. My social battery will be dead DD and then it still takes a half hour to say goodbye and leave.
No privacy, no place to be alone, crying had to be done in secret, emotions not allowed. Shared bedroom with siblings, which doesn't have to be bad, but it was, since we were all just trying to get through things. Would I have been an introvert like I am now? No idea, but I sure do need time to recharge. I get what you are saying.
I feel like watching TV together used to be more of an interactive group experience. Growing up, that's what often ended up happening with company being the company. Have a chat over tea and a snack at the kitchen table, and then retire to the living room for some TV. This was back before TV on demand streaming. But now, as an adult, I've realized that is my, okay, I'm done and ready to end the get-together. When I'm hosting and feel the urge to turn on my TV, or I'm at someone's house and they turn on theirs. To me, TV means I'm done interacting with anyone and want to be alone with my thoughts.
I have a small circle of friends, and I enjoy them. But one friend texts me, tells me she's going to call and please answer the phone. I don't. The requests keep happening, as well as voicemails. I've learned she will talk forever if I return her calls. She makes 56 efforts in one evening. Sometimes more. There is no emergency, and when there was an emergency, I was there. Absolutely. Her husband almost died from COVID. I don't like talking on the phone a lot. She knows I don't like talking on the phone. I've told her, I do like texting. Now, she seldom contacts me for anything. If I text and ask how she is, she'll want me to call her. I hate losing a friend this way. Sometimes the answer is going out for dinner or coffee. Anybody try that instead?